Alrighty, here we go with the latest mod. Let's get right to it. You will load your Wii games up right here. There is no DVD drive in this unit. The unit's been removed to make room for the hard drive, which is mounted internally. The hard drive cable comes out the back and curves around. You can see this is a 500 gig. It has 121 Wii games. I will scroll down pretty quick. Since there are a lot of games, sometimes when you click on one, it doesn't automatically pop up in like 2 seconds. Sometimes it takes a few seconds, but that's normal just because it's such a huge drive and it has to find it and load it. There are several custom Mario Kart games on here and several custom the new Super Mario Brother games, which is really fun when you get bored with the regular stuff. The Mario Kart also has 100% game save on it, so you can play all the trophies, all the karts, all the tracks from the get-go. And if you don't like that, you can create your own license and start over from fresh, but that's totally up to you. Here's the Atari 2600. Go in, you got the controller. See start emulator, press A. Scroll down, keeping it upright this way to ROMs, press A. You select the game, Space Invaders, press A. At this point, you can turn it sideways. Press plus to start the game. When you want to exit, press home. It takes you back to this screen, press home again. Take you back to the main screen. Then we're going to go right to the Nintendo, the original NES. Click here. Cool intro, I love that. And you'll see in here that the games are in alphabetical order, so it makes it a little bit easier for them to find. Let's go into Super Mario 3. I think that's everybody's favorite. Before I go in here, you need to check the settings. This is important. The settings, savings, and loading. This should always be on USB, otherwise it's not going to find the games. And your auto load and auto save should be on state. I like to leave it on state. You can change it to RAM. You can experiment with that, but I like them both on state. That's how your game gets saved. When you go to load up a game, once you're in a game, I'll show you. Once you go into the game, then your loading options come up. You can load a save game, but you have to go into the game first. So you're in the game, press plus. And then press plus again to start it. If you want to see the game save, press home. Save state. Since we just started it, say no. Then you see load. You got save and load. Do load. And if you had some game saves, it would show up here. Then you would pick the game save that you had. Which is way cool because you wouldn't even get that with a regular NES. So, hold your controller like this. And play just like you would. Everybody knows. So to exit out of this, press the home. And I'm not going to save it. Go to the main menu. OK. And exit. Same thing applies for the Super NES. Set up the same way, exact same way. So We'll skip that and go to the N64. N64, there's approximately probably about 200 of the best games on here. It's not every single game. Okay, this is important. On settings for the NES, or the N64, sorry. If you want to use a rumble pack, this is very important. Go into settings, input, and configure packs. So your controller, you would set this to say, hey, I want to use a rumble pack. When you want to back out, press the B button to back out. B on your Wii remote. You can use the Wii remote for configuring the settings and whatnot. So we go B to back out. You can see the indicator shows that I've got one Wii remote over there loaded. And here's where you want to use the classic controller. So you take the classic controller, plug up the classic controller. You'll see the indicator change. Using my Wii remote, I'm gonna choose load ROM, load from FAT. FAT32 is the hard drive format. Scroll through. You can also see the list here. Show you the whole list. Go through pretty quick because you can pause the video and look and take as long as you want. Once you see the game, Mario Kart, loads into memory. This says autosave enabled. So then we're going to play the game. And we got our controller, classic controller. You got to use a legit OEM Wii classic controller. If you have another one, you want to use it, you got to use it because the third-party ones make it flake out. So we're going to push plus to start it. I'm going to do A, choose a game, your CC. Press A, okay. I always race as Luigi. My son always played as Mario, so I said, oh, I'll take Luigi. Then you pick your track. And you see that there's no drift on this. Look how solid that is. Boom, boom. You know the joysticks are working great. There's no drift. You ain't got to worry about that crap. Sorry, excuse me. And use the left bumper to throw your items, to deploy your items. Yes, I'm not playing very well because I'm thinking about what I need to be telling you. So you get it. So we pause it, press the home button. You'll see it go back to the main screen. This should go back to the main screen. Sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate. So if you push the, there it goes. You see it said automatically save the settings. And you see you have the option to resume the game or quit the game from here. And you have 4-player. I've never plugged up 4-player, but apparently you can. On to the Gamecube. The Gamecube, I'm going to go ahead and plug up my controller for the Gamecube. I'm going to use the Wii remote to select. I'm going to go in here and select. And I've got my Gamecube controller plugged up. And you always want to click USB. Of course, there's no SD card in this system. And I'm going to go skip to the beginning right quick, and then I'll go down the list a little bit slower. Okay, starting at the beginning here. Hope you can see all of those. Once I get to the end of the list, I'll go back and I'll crank up double dash for you. you can see that it does launch. I think there's 133 or 135 games on here. 130-ish. Tons of cool games. Like 3 of these games would cost you more than, like, Super Mario Sunshine and Double Dash and like Super Smash would cost you more than 150 if you bought, you know, this, if you bought those, just the games, not including the system. And that's it. Let's go back down to, skip down to Mario Double Dash, and I'll show you. So choose it up to this point. Then we're going to put the Wii remote down and pick up our Gamecube controller. Press start, just like you would on the Gamecube. Let's go. Okay, press start. Press start. Player 1. So obviously from here on out, you just use the GameCube controller and play it as normal. And you didn't come here to see me play Mario Kart. And get out of that, and that's that. When you want to exit the GameCube, you usually have to turn off the Wii. Sometimes you reset, but you usually have to turn off the Wii. So that's that. So we're going to go back to our Wii remote. And Sega will be the last one. His tails look stoned or what? Totally stoned. Press A. And this is very important for Sega. Options, you go under controls. You got gamepad, player 1. If you want to do 2-player, you want to click this until it says gamepad, just like the first one. And then you click, I'll show you. So then you click 2, and it brings out the option from here. And what you want to do is, I don't have another Wii remote hooked up to it right now, but you want to press this until it looks like this. See how this says 1 and it has a picture of the Wii remote? You want to leave this the same, leave this the same, but you want to make sure that there's another Wii remote that says player 2, and that's how you play player 2. Right here, you press back, menu. Oops, that was right the wrong way. So then we're going to go back to load the game. Mega CD, SG, the Sega Gear 1000, and the Game Gear. These 3 systems are not on here. So you want to make sure when you're in Mega Drive, you're choosing from the Mega Drive folder. Same for the Master System, and I'll show you that. So you see over here, you may not be able to see it on the left. It says press B for previous directory. So we're in Mega Drive, or I think we're in Mega Drive. So when, sorry, I got confused. So when if you get out of the directory and you want to go back in, make sure you go back into the right one. This is Mega Drive, and that's Master System. So I'm going to exit this part by pressing the home button. Go back here, Mega Drive, previous directory, Mega Drive. If you don't do it right, then the games may not play. You have to make sure you're in the right directory. So I'm going to press the home button, not the B button. Go to Master System. not the B button, because the B button will get you out of the directory. So now we're in the master system. We want to go back to master system. Press the home button to exit this area. Now, if you go into recents, this is really cool because it'll keep like the last so many games that you played. And I'll use this Frogger as an example. If you see Frogger, there's no cover, but these other games have it. Some of them have it. I'll show you how to make a cover right quick. Press Frogger. That's when I was playing last. Terrible score, I know. So press plus, just restart it. Game over. Press A again. Okay, now press home button as soon as you get to an intro screen. And then over here on this camera shot, shutter, you'll hear the shutter. And that takes a screenshot. Kind of froze up there for a second. That's kind of normal. Then you can actually press home button again, or you can go back to load the game, go to recent, and now you see that Frogger has artwork. That's totally optional, totally up to you if you want it. Some people like it. Some people it bugs them not to see it. Then you'll hold your Wii remote this way. And play Frogger. And you can play most of the Sega games in this manner. When you want to exit, press home. Oh, for loading and saving, that's important too. Loading and saving, you can go in here. You see here's a slot from 11/3. It's actually 3/11, just like European date. It's actually 3/11, March 11th when I was playing this, and the timestamp. So you can, that's the last save. You can press that. You say load this file. See, now you see it started over. But you press the home button. Once you're in a game, press the home button and you got your load. Yeah, save the file and delete the file, set as default, and load file. So you want to exit this, press home button. You want to exit out, press exit. Exit the system menu. And that is it. As you can see, the homebrew is also on here. I suggest you use that at your own risk. I put it on the second screen just so people who don't know don't mess with it. But that's it. Thanks for watching.